Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. We are back with episode 41 of our Season 2 for Medieval Dynasty. It's been a little bit of a break as I was sliding into the new employment, but we are back. Today we're going to while away the last little bit of winter and get that rye harvested and try to prep the flax for a huge payday right before we, plant all the new flax. But we should be making quite a bit of money today, provided we can get the season changed kind of quick. And we're going to try and squeeze in a mine run, but I don't know if it's going to happen or not. We'll see what happens. Because we're going to be spending a lot of time in the fields, and I'm not entirely sure that sales run may have to wait until spring or summer as well. But we shall see. So if you learn anything useful today, or if you have a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, let's go ahead and load in. Alrighty, here we go. We are in the middle of winter. We are out. I'm not entirely sure where we left off because it has been a minute. So let's see what we've got. We've got a couple of things that we could sell off. But we are going to go and see if it will let us sleep for the night. There's our wife. My love, you're here. How's our little kingdom doing? The laborers cannot work without lack of crafting resources. We'll have to check into that. What's on your mind? I'm in the mood for some shenanigans. There's supposed to be a new shipment of dye to one of the villages today. I'm sure they won't notice a bit of it missing, but they will notice the green chickens running around. She is amazing. She is absolutely amazing. Alright, there's our sleep for the day. Excellent. Alright, so let's see what we can get out of our animals while we're here. And then we will see about doing a little bit of hunting, just to try and pass the day real quick like. Actually, don't we need to shear some sheep? I feel like it's time to shear some sheep. Blah. Oh, we have babies that we didn't move. There's one. There's two. No, let your stamina come back first, Psych. I remembered you said Wednesday. Yes, sir, I did. And here we are on Wednesday. That was a terrible shot, and I am very lucky it hit it all. That was not a bad shot. I don't know what happened there. It even made the wet sound of hitting something. That was weird. It took me a minute to figure out where we were, because it's been a couple of days since we streamed, and we normally stream every day, so that was different. I had to reread through my notes. When we end an episode, in preparation to cut it, I actually write the description immediately following the episode so that I know what we did. Instead of when I try to cut it and I would have to rewatch everything and then try to put it together. So yeah, my biggest problem with Vermintide and trying to stream it is I'm to the point now with my gear and levels that either I'm going to play on the middling difficulty or lower and one-shot everything, or I'm going to play on the max difficulty and be one-shot by everything. So it's kind of an awkward spot to be. Mostly when I play now, I just run run random missions at random difficulties and help out newer players. Missions that might be a little bit rough for them or a little bit out of their league, having somebody that's max level with max gear can make all the difference. And since XP is based on mission completion and not levels of anybody involved, you don't have to worry about leeching all their XP away from them or power leveling them by accident. So I also want to do some more videos for X4. I promised Stusso one, so I have to at the very least get that one out to him. But I had a couple of other I had, I think, 3 more videos planned for X4 for the beginner's guide stuff. That one's another one that you can't really stream because the game is super slow burn. It's a lot of fun, but there are stretches where you will probably leave the game run overnight just to accrue things. And that's not something that you can really stream when you're just sitting there staring at a screen for the next 3 hours. But it is a lot of fun once you get up to the end game and stuff, when you can do, well, even the mid game is pretty awesome. It's the early game that's really, really slow as you try to build resources, because you're trying to build an empire, and that is not done overnight. Now we are, like, we still have quite a bit that I want to do in this season of Medieval Dynasty. But we are a little, well, quite a ways over the halfway point. So if you guys want to make some suggestions for what game you would like to see next, provided the new map does not come out, I am definitely open to them. Pretty much anything that's not competitive first-person shooter, I am down for. I prefer... Oh, right, I forgot to grab the extra. I prefer survival games, but a lot of survival games are hard to stream because there's no real end. Like, you can't really stream Ark because how do you pick an endpoint? There's no storyline to follow, there's no... I mean, you could go to the end of the progression tracks, but that's pretty much it. I have that problem with a lot of the survival games. They're difficult to stream for that reason. Like, this one had a story, and we got that, but I definitely want to get to the end of all of the progression tracks, and I would like to hit that 1 million coin. If it's one I haven't played, so much the better, because then I get to learn it with you. But if it's one that I have played, I can at least run through it. Whoop! I almost hit her in the head with a hammer. I can at least show how to streamline starting and whatnot if it's one I've already played. Lady minding her business, feeding her kid. Some dude comes in, fully upgrades her house, and then bonks her on the head with a hammer. Because why not? Oh, there's almost another 100 manure in there. Hopefully that'll get us where we need to be. That rod'll help as well. Limestone starts with an L, psych. Alright, we only have 2 houses left after this, in this village. We have 2 in the other village that we could upgrade as well. But for now... Huh. Alright. I will definitely look into it. I'm not going to have... Oh, a thief was caught red-handed whilst trying to steal our stuff. So we have to actually let him go and banish him for the least amount of loss. We only lost 2% of our crafting items, so it's not super bad. Alright. No quest from the wife. There's our windmill. Wow, I did not expect to get it that quick in. I expected to have to harvest basically everything before we got it. Alright, well that's a good start. That's actually going to double our money off of all of this rye. So not only did we double the amount of rye that we're getting now, but we just doubled the amount of money that we get per rye as well. So we are in great shape. Well, after we build the windmill. But I am almost positive that we have material enough to build the windmill. Like, I don't think we're going to have to wait for anything. I think it's crazy that a toy sword only lasts him a season, but, you know. I still have a wooden toy sword that I got when I was a kid. And, I mean, I'm almost 40. And I used to play with it all the time. You just had a stick. My stepfather's father lived in an area that a Renaissance fair went through fairly frequently. Well, once a year. But we were visiting one year when it came around, and we didn't have a lot of money. So he took me to the Renaissance fair, all of us really, but he got me a wooden sword while we were there, and it was super cool. And, you know, as one does with presents, I was very, very careful with it, and still have it. And the wood shield that it came with. And, you know, looking back at it as an adult, like, it wasn't really a big deal. It was like $6, but to me it was the world, because I didn't get new toys very often. And this dude that I just met got me presents, and that made me super happy. And I was always into knights and things growing up, so it was super cool. I doubt he even remembers it, to be completely honest. But that just goes to show, you never know what you do for a kid that's actually going to stick with them. Of course, the reverse of that is also true. You never know what you're going to do to a kid that's going to stick with them. So, maybe be nice to the kiddos if you can. And right now, because we don't have the windmill built, we're just going to throw all of this rye into storage. I'm a little upset that he had a scythe and is taking some of this from us because we get twice what they do. But that's alright, we still have the other 3 fields to play with. And we are going all in this year on flax. So it's going to be a crap ton of flax. Even more than we have left over from last year, we're going to have left over from this year because of the extra field. Because we did a whole field of oats last year. That made that easy. Alright, so let's go build ourselves a windmill and actually make a crap ton of flatbread. The upside to this is all of the flatbread crafting is going to actually apply towards production because it's cooking. So that's going to give us quite a few points as well along that tech tree. I don't think we unlocked anything. I don't think there's anything else to unlock here. Yeah, there's not. So, I mean, we only need 200 more points to get the tavern. It's entirely possible that we will unlock the tavern just by processing this rye. So let's build farming. Windmill. Okay. So it looks like... Yeah, it comes off that side. Shit. This is going to be a bear and a half to place. Because we're not going to be able to see... Okay, so if we face perfectly north... So it looks like if we're up against this back wall, we might be okay. That's not terrible. For not being able to see, you know what? I'll take it. I can make that work. This sticks out a little further than I would like, but in all honesty, with as difficult as that is to place, we're just going to go with it. Alright, let's go, yeah! That was a close one. Alright. You too, man. Have a good rest of your night. Oh my god, this is going to make 969 flour. No, 969 crafts. Yeah, so it takes 5 grain to make 5 flour at the grindstone. Here, it takes 5 grain to make 10 flour. So we're actually doubling our production. Because we have 2 food vendors, so if we have both of them go gung-ho on this, I don't know. We'll have to do the math and see, because if they can't sell it all, and we're going to have to manually sell some of it, then we want to do it sooner rather than later, because as the durability goes down, it's not going to sell for as much. Because if they can't sell it all over the course of a year, it's a problem anyway, because we're going to have another rye harvest next year. So if it's not all sold by then, it's just going to keep getting deeper and deeper into overflow. Yeah, if the new map isn't out by the time that we hit 1 million coins, we're gonna need something else until the new map comes out. So definitely keep that in mind, guys. I honestly think, though, that going forward, we're not going to process all this ourselves anymore. We will turn it all into flour, but I feel like maybe having one of the, like the third kitchen, turn it into flatbread for us, because that way they can sell it as it's made, and we don't have to worry about it going bad, and then we don't have to sit here for 20 minutes running back and forth making flatbread. I think that might be the play there, just to... because we get the double harvest, so we want to harvest it ourselves. But as far as what we're doing right now, it's no different having them do it than us doing it ourselves. Oh shit, we have cherries left. Yeah, change in plans for that. I didn't realize that we didn't have them sell off the cherries this year. Neat. Now that I think about it, this game is also a banished clone, but you have a playable character. I think this game kind of belongs in a field of its own, to be completely honest. As it has a lot of aspects that are similar to other games, sure, but it is more or less unique as far as the things that you can do in it. The apiary wouldn't be too bad. Last season we were just selling honey out of it, but we never actually got our tavern up and off the ground like we're going to this time. So let's grab the cherries. And we may have to go get some clay ourselves. I did not realize when I placed that for convenience of getting up the building, it actually does not make any sense as far as a windmill goes. That totally should have been on the other side. But then we would have had to walk all the way around the building to get up into it. That is unfortunate. That does not look good at all. Alright, so we can go to the brewing station. Nope, that is all for the beers. The juice press, then. Yes. Okay, and then the wine barrel. Okay, so what is the juice worth? The juice is worth 120 each. And it takes how many cherries to make? 5. The wine... Okay, so 120 for 5, and these are worth 2 apiece. So 10. So 10 goes to 120. That's more than a 10 times profit. And then from 120, we go to 240, and it cost us nothing. The cherry wine is just a direct 1-to-1 from cherry juice. So we got 10 times profit and then double that. So we're winding up with 20 times profit per cherry here. Each cherry is worth 40 coins at this rate. And it costs us nothing to do because taxes, but it doesn't cost us anything labor-wise or anything like that to get the cherries, really. We don't have to fertilize anything. We don't have to plant anything. We just pick them as they come. There we go. Alright, so we are all set up to start out our next episode with a sale run. Right after we get a drink and eat something. So, yeah. We are all set up to make a crap ton of money at the start of our next episode, which will be Friday, by the way, guys. As I'm going to edit this guy tomorrow. So, it'll be Friday, and then we'll do another one on Saturday. So, but, yeah, if you guys learned anything useful today, or if you had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. And if you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, have a fantastic rest of your night, guys. I am going to go to bed to go to work in the morning. So thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it, and we will catch you guys next time.